If you want to make finance really simple, and I was explaining this to my mom yesterday, what investing is really about and what makes investing interesting. And the reason is the reasoning behind things going up in value. And to make it really, really simple, see, gold has traditionally been the real value, the actual value that was tied to money. But then they decoupled gold from the paper bills, so you were not able to exchange your paper bills for gold. So this means that if they create more paper, which is actually valueless, if you cannot redeem it for gold, which was originally the entire purpose of that bill, at that moment it loses all its value. And then there's also an aspect of supply and demand and scarcity. But if you have something that can be created in an unlimited fashion, so they can create as much as they want, as fast as they want almost, of something, at that moment it loses its value. That's why gold is valuable still, because it's scarce. They can't just create gold out of thin air, whereas the fiat currency, the paper money, they can. So what happens to the gold in terms of that paper money? It has to go up if they don't create more gold, but they do create more money. And so if you bought gold, let's say 5 years ago or 10 years ago, something like that, because you knew that, hey, we used to be able to exchange our money for gold, but now we're not able to. So, and we're printing more and more money out of thin air. This must mean that the price of gold must go up. See, it's only logical. And the same thing in the Western world with real estate is if you make borrowing money really, really cheap, you're going to drive. That's also actually the same idea where you flood the market with money, and because money is really cheap, people are going to buy assets with it, and the assets are naturally going to go up in price. So if you had the awareness, and I know people, and I didn't have the awareness because I only started really researching finance in 2017, but I know people that are older than me and they started earlier. They knew, hey, if I buy real estate and I also have leverage and we have low interest rates, the price must go up, just like gold and just like other assets, because you use the money to pay for these assets, but the money is getting worth less and less and less. So on the other side of the equation, the asset must go up in fiat value, because these two balance out each other. And so these are simple things of how finance works. If you understand how it works, it's really simple, and you can also make some money, and it all makes sense. If you make money really cheap, you make it really available, then the things that are actually worth something are going to go up in value. And if you know that this is going to happen, or this is going to continue, short term or long term, if it's long term, you know that if you invest now, you're going to have to wait for the investment to really play out. You already know that, but there's a reasoning for your strategy. There's a reason it was a good idea to buy real estate 5 or 10 years ago. Same thing for gold. Same thing for certain art pieces. Same thing for stocks even. Because yes, they can issue more stock, but it's still easier and it's still happening on a larger scale that they're printing money, that they're creating more and more money. And compared to stocks, they're not creating as much stock as they do currency. So that is also going up. And it has been going up for a long time because the debasement of fiat currency has been going on for a long time.